Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Brooklyn Opera House in Brooklyn, Iowa presents Iowa country artist Jake Simon along with Blake Jack and South 35 in concert on Saturday, September 21st at 8 p.m. Tickets are just $25 and available through Eventbrite.com or use the QR code on your screen. That's Jake Simon and Blake Jack and South 35 Saturday, September 21st, 8 p.m. at the Brooklyn Opera House. Don't miss it. Retro Antique Tour Fall Edition is coming up Friday, September 20th and Saturday, September 21st. Embark on a shop-hop adventure designed for people to discover hidden gems in shops and communities in a well-organized and distinctive antique shopping experience. With participating businesses in Oskaloosa, Pella, New Sharon, Beacon, and Ottumwa. For more information, visit brushedbyjude.com and click on the link for the Retro Antique Tour. Or reach out via email at brushedbyjude@gmail.com or call 641-660-2536. Watch Pekin Panther football live right here this fall on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, and YouTube with live announcers and an updated scoreboard, plus an area scoreboard to keep you updated on other schools of interest. It's Pekin Panther football live right here on Steve Shuttler Media.
What is up, everybody? It is week 3 already. Wow, season is going by fast. I am your host, Brad, and guess who is with me tonight? Some of you may know him, some of you may not. I have with me, new name, Mr. Vandy Hawk himself, Chris. Chris, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing peachy, I guess.
Peachy. I love it, man. Well, hey, first of all, I want to thank you for hopping in. Brandon is actually on some vacation time right now in Colorado, everybody. So Chris was gracious enough to step in and be a co-host with me tonight. And I'm sure some of you are wondering why we have a Vanderbilt fan as our co-host. Chris, I guess this is your time to shine, man. Tell them why I chose you.
So my background, I was born and raised in Denison, Iowa. Grew up a Hawkeye fan. Lived in Denison until my sophomore year. About halfway through sophomore year, I moved to Manila. Graduated from there, was the last graduating class at Manila before they combined with Irwin Kirkman and became IKM. So after high school, I joined the Marine Corps. My family moved to Middle Tennessee during that time. And when I got out of the Corps in 1990, I moved to Middle Tennessee and adopted Vanderbilt. But Iowa's always been close to the heart. I've always kept tabs on what they're doing. And if I had to pick a second team other than Vanderbilt, it would be the Iowa Hawkeyes.
There you go, folks. And for those that have watched the show, obviously you've seen Chris. He's very active with us and very knowledgeable. So it was a no-brainer. Obviously, I'm not going to do this show. Nobody wants to sit here and just listen to me talk. So, dude, thank you again. Man, shit, how long have I known you now? 12 years? Almost?
Pretty close to that, yeah.
So Chris and I are actually members of a college baseball group on Facebook, and that's how we linked up. And rest is history, and he was actually a part of helping get this thing started. So, man, I'm excited to have you on the show. Finally do a show with you. I've done a few, obviously, on your show, but it's cool to have you be a part of this, man. I'm excited for this.
Glad to be here tonight.
Yeah, and must be nice to be 2-0 right now, huh?
It's a good feeling. I can't lie.
Who the hell preseason was like, you know what? Vanderbilt's going to be 2-0 and Iowa's going to be 1-1. Not many.
Said nobody ever.
Not even you. You probably said 2-0 each. Let's be real here. But
no, I actually had Vanderbilt losing to Virginia Tech opening game.
I think most people did, man. But
yep.
Hey, good for you guys, man. That's always awesome to see your team finally succeed, man, especially when it's somebody like Vanderbilt. Most people probably in Iowa don't have any idea where Vanderbilt is, so it's fine. It is what it is. So, well, shit, man. Well, hell, actually, we're gonna change some things up. We have our guest of honor here on the show with us already, so we might as well waste no time. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Troy Boys podcast, Mr. Trojan Joe himself. Joe, how we doing tonight, my friend?
Man, enjoying it. Living a good life. How about you guys?
Can't complain. I can complain, and I'm going to do it later, but right now, I'm fine right now.
Living a good life, Mike.
I assume y'all have had plenty of corn this evening for dinner. I know that's your main staple diet, so I hope you've had a lot of corn.
Corn and pork, my friend.
Oh, no. We go on straight grass-fed beef, fat, juicy steaks, my friend.
All right.
Medium rare. Nothing more.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, thanks for jumping on, guys. You know what? I'm excited for this game. I know on paper this year it don't look good, but you and I were talking earlier, and I told you, man, when they probably signed this contract, this was like a circle game, man. You guys are coming off of, what'd you have, 11 wins and 12 wins the last 2 years? Like, on paper, this thing looked phenomenal. And obviously some coaching changes and a rebuild has kind of changed the outlook of this, man. So I guess, hell, man, give us a rundown, man. What can we expect out of Troy this weekend?
Yeah, that's a good question. Troy's, we have a lot of changes. We got a new head man on the sidelines. We've got a lot of new faces as far as players. Just graduated our, the best running back in the history of the school 2 years ago, graduated the best linebacker in the history of NCAA. So Troy's used to losing talent, but we've lost so much generational talent in the last couple of years. But I still think the pantry's not bare. We're still definitely down to compete. I think Troy fans, if you asked them right now, I don't know about Iowa fans. I know that y'all have kind of your own weird connection as far as your coach having to fire his son and things like that. But I mean, Troy fans expect to win. And so you already have Troy fans that are not real excited with Jared Parker. And he comes from Notre Dame, and a lot of parts of the country, Notre Dame might mean something. In South Alabama, Notre Dame doesn't mean a whole lot. So he's already on the hot seat. And Troy fans are ready for him to start proving it. And so this Iowa game is going to be a big moment for that, because Troy fans expect not only to come into these money games, obviously y'all are going to write us a check that's going to sponsor our women's, a golf team for 3 years in order for us to come play you in this football game. But we expect to win a lot of those games. You know, we beat LSU. We beat Nebraska. We've beaten Oklahoma State. You know, there are a lot of places we're not invited back to, and we expect to have those kind of results. So you're not going to see a lot of Troy fans come into Iowa and just ready to roll over and give up the win. So I hope y'all are ready, at least for a Trojan Nation that expects to be able to come in and compete with Iowa.
Yeah, I like that, man. I mean, Alabama's known for football, man, across the board. So I'm not surprised that Troy's going to come ready to play. Me, as an Iowa fan, I've learned not to look past a single person, a single team. It don't matter if you're same division, different division. I've learned my lesson the hard way, unfortunately. Iowa usually has games every year where they get beat by somebody where we sit here and scratch our head. So for me, I definitely am not looking past Troy at all. So, but I am excited for this. I mean, it's like I said, man, when I first saw it on the schedule last year, I was like, oh man, Troy's a hell of a program, man. It's going to be actually a pretty damn good game in Kinnick. And then I found out the coach left, and you guys are kind of in a rebuild. So, but I'm still looking forward to it, man. How about you, Chris?
You well should be, for sure.
So I want to pick his brain right off the top.
Get it.
So what is your offense going to do to offset the playmaking ability of Higgins?
Well, I think that the first thing we got to do is get off the bus, and I don't mean that as a joke. You know, we are transitioning to something new. Our starting quarterback, who a lot of people have been very excited about, Goose Crowder, kind of had his Cinderella moment coming out in our last game. Yeah, what a perfect quarterback name!
I know, right,
Goose.
Man? That's a football name I like.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, that guy's parents knew what he was going to be up to, but unfortunately took a shoulder injury in his first rushing touchdown. So you know, I think what we've got to do is settle down a little bit. It all's going to come back, and these are going to be the kind of words that excite Iowa fans. What can our offensive line do to give Goose and the running backs either enough time or enough of a hole, you know, to make a difference? I think that's what Troy fans have been waiting to see all year. We've got some great athletes. They're young, but this kind of test against Iowa is going to be a perfect opportunity to see. You know, Goose has had a lot of years in a lot of different schools. Started off at West Virginia. So now we're going to figure out, you know, if we give you, I mean, in college football these days, boy, if that offensive line gives you 6 seconds, that's a long time. And what can you do with it to punish a really aggressive Iowa defense? So I'm looking forward to it. And I think this is going to be a great test for Goose. And I'm really hopeful that they don't just hold Goose out and play Matt Caldwell. Matt Caldwell played great in Goose's absence, but I don't want them to just throw this opportunity away, because if Goose can learn how to play well against these defenders in Iowa, then boy, he's gonna run the Louisiana Lafayette to the world off the field. So what an opportunity for him to come out and really learn baptism by fire. So I hope we get to see that.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, man. And I know you talked about the offense. Is this, like, I'm not an expert. Do you feel that this is probably one of the best defenses you guys are going to face? And probably, I couldn't tell you. I don't know who you guys have played in the past recently, in probably the last 5 years, maybe even 6-7 years.
Boy, that'd be tough. I'd have to think back on it. It's certainly going to be one of the top ones. You know, I mean, we saw LSU in 2017. Nebraska really wasn't that good a team in 2018 when we beat them. We've seen a lot of good defenses. This is going to be, I guess, keep myself out of trouble. I'll say this is going to be the most talented defense we've seen in at least 4 or 5 years. And just as from a pure talent athlete perspective, this is going to be, one of the toughest challenges we face.